So I'm making this video to talk a little bit about something that I have received from many followers who have contacted me. Apart from the PECG, PECPG, GCUB, are there other alternatives of studying in Brazil? Well, I'm going to give you a complete list of programs here in Brazil open for foreign students. I checked this on the website of the gov.br. Now, gov.br is the largest Brazilian website. That's the government website. There you have all the information that you need. Uh, it's a verified website, so it's a trusted source. Okay, so let's see. The first is the PECG. Of course, I've talked a little bit about the PECG. Is for the graduate students. The second is the PECPG. So the PECPG is for the postgraduate students. The third is PECG, but for the French, countries. So that is something that it's still under development. If you click on it, it's gonna, tell you that it's still under construction. I think the version of the French version is not ready. So the fourth is the GCUB. That's the new program. I love the GCUB. It's open, it's democratic. So, and there is a program we don't talk about, right? So it's the Curso da Marinha. Curso da Marinha. There are courses related to marine, here in Brazil. So if you want to study something about marine, you can check that out. Okay, there are opportunities to study there. And there is the Universidade da Integração Latino-Americana, UNILA. Well, UNILA is for Latin American countries. Okay, so if you are from Latin America, you can participate in that program. It's exclusively for them. Okay, and then there is the last one, which is the Universidade da Integração Internacional da Lusofonia Afro-Brasileira, UNILA. Now, this is very interesting because I have many friends who graduated from this university. It is exclusively for Portuguese-speaking countries, okay? Many African nations participate here. In fact, it looks like a small Africa when you go to the university, okay? I have lots of friends who studied here. It's nice. If you are from Angola, from Mozambique, from Guinea-Bissau, from Cape Verde, from São Tomé, from Portuguese-speaking countries. We have Timor-Leste there in Asia, and there is another form of coming to Brazil, another mobility program, which is the PEC-PLE. Okay, that is for the language learning. Now you see, people who were coming from Nigeria before, that's in my time, we were studying the language in Lagos, in Ife, before coming. Okay, now they are sent to Brazil to study. Okay, so they come through that program. They have their student visa. They study the Portuguese here first, and then they go to study under the PECG program. So these are the ways of coming to Brazil. Now, some people want to know if there are other alternatives. Of course, there are other alternatives, most especially at the postgraduate level. Now, if you notice, you can contact, professors, researchers in very top universities, okay? Let's say it's something global. You can contact people in Europe, in America, and then they give you an answer. Maybe if they have a vacancy, they can call you so that you can study. It's not different in Brazil. Okay, you can contact some university lecturers that have vacancies, okay? But it's gonna be a little bit difficult, something that requires many steps, okay? Because this program, it's a cover, just like an umbrella. And there, they make things easier. The guidelines, everything is programmed so that you have some certain form of protection. You don't need to get to a step and then, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that. And you are coming not under these covers, so you need to be prepared and you can't miss out anything, okay? Since you are doing it on your own, you need to get all the information, okay? If you miss one, it might mean trouble when you come to Brazil because it's a very bureaucratic uh, society, and sometimes just a document can make your life a hell. 4 days ago, I received an email. It was stating that if you are a graduate from a foreign university, then it needs to have a certain standard of authentication. So that is done at the embassy. If you are coming to study here in Brazil, they can give you that information. But also, you need to pay attention uh, on the language. Now, if you are coming from an English speaking country or a French speaking country or any country that doesn't speak Portuguese, you need to take your time. Don't be in a haste to come to Brazil, okay? You need to like organize yourself so that when you come, you start studying the language, right? Because Portuguese is spoken here in Brazil. And, you know, from experiences that some people have had here in Brazil, it's not really good to come without the language. I don't know if you try to feel what I mean, okay? If you live in a country where many languages are spoken, imagine you not being able to communicate with. That is the feeling. So some people are kind of like they're in a haste to just come to Brazil. I want you to take your time, think about that important factor, which is the language, okay? Because basically it's what's going to give you access to the society is the language. Some people want to come study and they just don't want to stop at that. They want to continue. Maybe they want to get experience, working experience. So it means that you really need the language, okay? Because without the language, you're going to find it very difficult. So if you want to work here, you want to study here, consider thinking about the language first, okay? You get it there in your country or when you come here, but try to channel yourself, okay? Here, sometimes they don't even request for your certificate of maybe proficiency. When I was going for my master's, it was requested, okay? I remember they requested for that. And when I provided it, so later they requested for English, certificate. So here, for you to study at the postgraduate level, you need to have proficiency in English because most of the scientific database is in English. So publications, most of the publications are in English. So since it's the global language, they request for that. So if you are coming as an English speaker, that's a plus. In my own case, I didn't provide any certificate, okay? It was like, okay, he studied in an English speaking country. That's his secondary school level. I provided some certificates just to show that I come from an English speaking country, okay? So that was it. At the doctorate level, my Portuguese certificate was not requested, okay, because they saw that I had already studied my master's in Brazil, so they didn't request for that. But they requested for English certificate, okay? So I talked to them, and the same thing happened. I signed another document, you know, since I come from an English speaking country, that's they have that flexibility. Maybe if you find yourself in such situation, you can talk to them because sometimes they say TOEFL, you know, some exams that could be very expensive. But here in Sound Louis, it's always been easy, to get the proficiency certificate because some of the universities, like the state university close to my house here, issues a certificate. They have a group of lecturers that conduct a test that is kind of recognized, and then they issue that certificate. So with that certificate, you can study. But that's for those that don't speak English. Okay, if you speak English, everything is soft. Okay, but You need the Portuguese because you are going to live in a Portuguese society. You are going to mix with them. If you have the opportunity to work, you will have to speak Portuguese. So one way or the other, you will have to apply Portuguese. So you should always put at the back of the mind that it's not just coming to Brazil. Okay, you need the Portuguese. In case you decide to apply outside these programs that I've mentioned, make sure that you put it at the back of your mind that it's going to be tougher. You need to do everything alone. You need to get all the information alone. And if you are an English speaker, it will be harder because some of the information are in Portuguese, right? So, but it's not impossible. That is one thing you have to put at the back of your mind, okay? So it's just an orientation, just counseling, okay? And I hope this information helps, right? So that's the video for today. See you in the next.